Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine a nation, India, world's largest population now, where the future is essentially being shaped meticulously in millions and millions of classrooms.
Hmm.
We're talking about a country that's just crossed this educational threshold. It feels, well, monumental, quietly but
It
powerfully.
really does.
So today we're doing a deep dive into this remarkable journey, exploring how India built this educational workforce that's almost unparalleled in scale, really.
Yeah.
Our mission to get under the skin of not just the staggering number of teachers, but the how and the why. What does it all mean for the millions of young people defining India's future?
And what's fascinating here, I think, is that it's not just a number, a statistic. It's a whole narrative, isn't it?
Right.
A story of sustained national effort, evolving policies, and just this undeniable commitment to human potential. As we look into the data, we found details that paint such a vivid picture. Progress, yes, but also the incredible challenges they overcame to get here.
And the core insight, the big number.
The core insight anchoring this whole discussion. India's school teachers now exceed, wait for it, 10 million.
10 million. Wow. 10 million teachers.
Yeah.
That number, it really reframes what you think is possible for a national education system, doesn't it?
It absolutely does.
So for the first time ever, officially, over 10 million school teachers in India. The latest figures from the Unified District Information System for Education plus UDIs plus for 2024-25, they put the total at 10.122 million educators.
Just incredible scale.
And it's not like a sudden jump, right? This is consistent growth, a solid 6.7% increase in just 2 years. It climbed from about 9.5 million in 2022-23, then 9.8 million last year, and now this new high.
Steady progress.
So for you listening, maybe you're a parent in a big city or a student somewhere remote. This huge number, it translates into something real, doesn't it? A promise.
It should. Yeah.
Smaller classes, maybe, more personal attention, better learning outcomes, ultimately.
Exactly. And if you connect that number to the bigger picture, it's more than just commitment. It signals a strategic national priority.
Right.
Investing in youth, in education, as that foundation for economic growth, for social mobility, it really speaks volumes. And think about it. Each one of those 10 million plus people, they're not just a count. They are in so many ways kind of the unsung heroes.
Yeah.
Every single day, igniting curiosity, shaping kids, building futures.
Yeah.
It's a massive investment in human capital.
It's easy, though, to see that 10 million figure and just think, oh, that must be a recent thing. But what really struck me preparing for this was how deep the roots go.
Oh, absolutely.
This milestone, it didn't just appear overnight. It's the result of centuries, really, of educational evolution. A slow climb, but determined. Can you sort of walk us through that history from ancient times to now?
Yeah, I can try. It's a long story, but it stretches way back. Think ancient gurukuls. Learning there was deeply personal, often oral, spiritual even, a bond between a guru and just a few students.
Very different.
Totally. Then came the colonial era. That brought in more formal, structured schooling, but, was largely elitist. For the few, not the many.
Right.
The real turning point, the big shift, was after independence in 1947. That's when the focus completely changed. A vision for universal education.
Driven by the Constitution.
Exactly. Our Constitution mandated free and compulsory education up to age 14, Article 21A. That principle was then really strengthened, brought to life by the Right to Education Act, the RTE Act, in 2009.
So a legal right.
A fundamental right. It wasn't just about opening school buildings. It was about guaranteeing access for every child.
And tracking the actual number of teachers, the student ratios over that time, that must have been quite a journey in itself. What did that look like on the ground?
It really was. I mean, if you go back to the 1970s, the pupil-teacher ratios, the PTRs, they were often around 40 students per teacher.
40 to 1. Wow.
Yeah. Imagine that. A huge challenge for any teacher. It reflected really acute shortages back then. But then you start seeing these targeted efforts. Well, initiatives like Operation Blackboard in the 90s, that started to tackle it, aiming for at least, say, 2 teachers per school minimum. But the real game changer, the big push, was the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan SSA.
Launched when?
2001. That program systematically recruited hundreds of thousands of teachers. We saw the numbers just surge, from about 5 million teachers in the early 2000s to over 7 million by 2010.
Okay, so a big push for quantity in the early 2000s, but then The 2010s, did the focus shift again? Was it just about numbers?
Precisely. The focus intensified, not just quantity, but crucially, quality and equity came into play much more strongly.
How so?
Well, the RTE Act, for example, set these ambitious national norms for PTRs, 30 to 1 for primary, 35 to 1 for upper primary. By 2017, the national primary average was actually down to around 35.
Getting closer.
Yeah. But also, a huge shift happened in teacher training. The percentage of properly trained teachers climbed dramatically, from around 70% in 2017 to nearly 95% by 2023.
95% trained, that's significant.
It's huge. This dedication to professional standards, to quality development, that really laid the groundwork, the essential foundation for the surge we're seeing now. And then, of course, bolstered further by the National Education Policy, NEP 2020.
So not just hiring, but empowering professionals.
Exactly. That's the key shift.
Okay, so bringing it back to today. With all that history, let's really drill down into this 10.122 million figure. What does it actually represent right now? Beyond the headline number, what are the nuanced insights from the latest data?
Well, one thing that jumps out immediately, and I think it's a really powerful social indicator, is the progress on gender balance.
Okay.
Women now make up 54.2% of the teaching workforce.
More than half.
More than half. Just think about the impact of that. A classroom that might once have been dominated by male voices now has, a majority of female guides.
That's huge.
It's not just about equity, though that's vital. It's also a critical way to break down barriers for girls' education. It creates this virtuous cycle, right? Visibility leads to higher retention, higher aspiration among girls.
Powerful role model.
Absolutely. For countless young girls, and boys too, across the country.
Yeah.
It subtly reshapes expectations, opportunities.
That is a profound shift. More than half the teachers being women. And how does this growth, this better gender balance, translate into the actual learning environment? What about those pupil-teacher ratios now?
The PTRs. They've improved dramatically, really reflecting a much more conducive space for learning.
Give us the numbers.
Okay, so at the foundational level, that's ages 3 to 8, we're looking at an average of 10 students per teacher.
10 to 1.
Yep. It climbs a bit to 13.1 at the preparatory level, ages 8 to 11, then 17.1 at the middle level, 11 14, and 21.1 at the secondary level, ages 14 18.
Those numbers are incredibly significant because they meet or even beat the NEP benchmark of 30.1, right?
They do, often surpassing it quite comfortably. And for you listening, what this really means is teachers can actually dedicate more time, more attention to individual kids' needs.
Fewer kids falling through the cracks.
Hopefully. Fewer questions overlooked, more tailored support possible for students who might be struggling. It's a direct step towards more personal, more effective education.
That feels like a genuine game changer for learning, something every parent hopes for. Beyond the classroom ratios, are these improvements showing up elsewhere, like attendance, dropout rates?
Absolutely. The positive ripples are definitely there. Dropout rates, for instance, they have fallen right across the board compared to last year.
Okay.
Preparatory level dropped from 3.7% down to 2.3%. Middle level from 5.2% down to 3.5%. And secondary, which was higher, dropped from 10.9% to 8.2%.
That's progress.
It is. And at the same time, retention rates have climbed. Foundational level is now at an impressive 98.9% retention.
Wow.
Even girls' enrollment, it's nudged up slightly to 48.3% from 48.1%, which might sound small, but it's a testament to targeted programs.
Yeah.
Like Betty Pato.
Right, focused on educating girls.
Exactly. Challenging norms, ensuring access.
So it's not just getting kids into school, it's keeping them there, letting them thrive, a whole ecosystem approach.
Precisely. And the infrastructure is catching up too, creating, more modern, accessible learning spaces. Electricity now reaches 93.6% of schools.
That high. Good.
Girls' toilets at 97.3%, boys' toilets 96.2%, hand washing facilities 95.9%, safe drinking water almost universal at 99.3%.
Basic necessities finally getting there.
And even internet connectivity, that's seen a big jump from about 54% to 63.5%, bringing digital tools right into classrooms.
Which is crucial now.
Absolutely. And we're also seeing efficiency gains, like a 38% drop in schools with zero enrollment, and a 6% reduction in single-teacher schools, making the whole system stronger, more effective. It's a comprehensive upgrade, not just adding more people.
Okay, let's shift focus a bit. What are the powerful forces, the engines really driving this incredible expansion and transformation? Government initiatives must be key.
Oh, absolutely central. The National Education Policy 2020, NEP 2020, that really stands out. It's like the foundational blueprint for this change.
How so? What does it do?
Well, for one, it mandates a 4-year integrated BED program. That's a crucial move. It elevates teacher preparation, replaces shorter, maybe less thorough courses with something more rigorous, more holistic.
Raising the bar for entry.
Exactly. And it also champions merit-based recruitment, using transparent processes like national tests to really attract top talent into teaching. The goal is to make it a first-choice career,
Yeah.
for the brightest people.
So getting people into teaching, yes, but making sure they're really well prepared, passionate about it. What about once they're in the job? Ongoing development.
Yes, critical point. It's not just about the initial training. Continuous professional development is a core part. Programs like NEHTHA, for example.
NSHEHA.
Yeah, it's trained over 1.297 million teachers, specifically in foundational literacy and numeracy skills.
Wow.
So ensuring educators have the modern skills the pedagogies needed for today's classrooms, moving beyond just rote learning. And then there's broader support. Initiatives like SSA and its successor Samagra Shiksha, they've funded huge numbers of teacher hires over the years. Plus things like midday meals, scholarships, they help keep students in school.
Which indirectly helps teachers be more effective.
Absolutely. Ensures kids are present, fed, ready to learn.
It helps to put a face to these huge numbers. I was thinking about, say, Rajesh, a hypothetical teacher in a village in Rajasthan.
Okay.
Maybe he started years ago, single-room school, 50 kids crammed in, struggling to teach. But now, with the changes under NEP, better resources, better training, digital tools maybe,
Yeah.
and crucially, that lower pupil-teacher ratio we talked about, he can actually mentor the kids who are struggling, give them that individual attention. That's not just a fantasy, right? These are the real trends touching lives.
That's a perfect illustration.
Yeah.
It really is. And it shows how this impact stretches across the whole country. Yes, bigger states like Uttar Pradesh lead, over 1.5 million teachers there, followed by Maharashtra, Bihar, West Bengal.
Big population centers.
Right. But the surge benefits all regions. Even smaller places like Meghalaya are showing rapid growth in recruitment. Now, disparities, they absolutely persist.
Sure.
The challenges in a rural Bihar school versus, say, urban Delhi are different, but the overall direction, undeniably upward, reaching communities that desperately need this investment. The story of Rajesh, it's happening in different ways all over India.
Okay, so monumental gains. But looking ahead, what does this mean for the future? We have to acknowledge the challenges still loom pretty large.
Oh, definitely. We can't ignore those.
India still faces, what, over 1 million teacher vacancies nationwide?
That's the estimate, yeah. Particularly acute in rural areas and in STEM subjects, critical areas.
And pay can be an issue, especially compared to the private sector.
It can be, yeah. Low pay in some government schools can deter talent when private options might seem more attractive financially.
And beyond vacancies and pay, what about the quality aspect? We said 95% are trained, but keeping skills up to date. Modern teaching methods, AI tools.
Constant challenge. There's a continuous need for ongoing skill updates. For modern pedagogies like, flipped classrooms, project-based learning, properly integrating technology, even AI eventually.
And the rural-urban divide keeps coming up. Plus, demographic shifts. Enrollments are actually dipping slightly.
Yeah, that's another layer. Rural-urban divides worsen things like teacher attrition in remote areas, lack of infrastructure support. And yes, demographic shifts, migration patterns, they are causing slight enrollment dips overall. From 251.8 million down to 246.8 million in the last couple of years. That demands adaptive strategies.
So those are the hurdles. How do we address them? Does the NEP offer solutions here too?
It does propose some innovative ideas. To tackle the rural posting issue, for instance, it suggests incentives, things like housing allowances, maybe faster promotions, to attract and keep teachers in remote spots.
Makes sense.
It also actively encourages partnerships with ed tech companies for virtual training. That helps overcome geography, ensures teachers everywhere can access professional development, keep their skills sharp.
Using tech to bridge the gaps. Smart.
Absolutely. And community involvement, that's another key piece. Getting parents involved through associations. That boosts local accountability, creates ownership, provides support for schools, and we can also look outwards, right? Learn from international models. Finland often comes up.
Right, high teacher status there.
Exactly. Stems from rigorous selection, great training, lots of autonomy. Principles India could adapt to elevate the profession even further, attract even more top talent.
So looking ahead, maybe to 2030, what's the projection?
Well, projections suggest that by 2030, assuming the NEP gets fully rolled out, the national PTR could stabilize below 20.1.
Wow, below 20.
Yeah. And the growing emphasis on vocational education. That will need a whole new cadre of specialized instructors. Plus, technologies like AI assistants, they could eventually augment what teachers do, free them up from admin, let them focus on the creative, impactful stuff, mentorship, personalized learning.
An incredible journey we've covered today. Started with this monumental achievement, 10 million plus teachers. We went through the history, dove into the current data, explored the drivers, and looked honestly at the road ahead, the progress, the challenges. It
Hmm.
really isn't just a statistic, is it? It feels like a beacon of hope, a reminder that education truly is that great equalizer, capable of lifting generations, transforming a nation.
Definitely.
As India aims to become this knowledge superpower, these 10 million plus teachers, they're the vanguard. They're right at the front line of that journey.
And ultimately, the most inspiring thing for me
Mm.
is how this huge effort, this dedication, ensures that every child, whether they're in bustling Mumbai or a quiet village in Rajasthan or way up in Ladakh,
Mm.
they have a genuine chance.
A chance to dream big.
A chance to dream big, conquer the world. The real success, it won't just be the numbers. It'll be in the eyes of those learners, eager, ready to grasp that chance. So maybe the question for you listening is, what further innovations, beyond what we've touched on, do you think will truly unlock the full potential? The potential of these millions of educators and the millions of students they inspire across India?
Something to definitely mull over as you go about your day. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into one of the most significant educational transformations happening anywhere in the world right now.